I always say, like, he is an old school manager, but was totally on the new technology, statistics, everything. So he was like, right, for us, we want to finish 10th in the first season in the Premier League. And then he broke the season up into 8 games, and you would review that and it's gone. And then you're already there with, we've only lost 1, we're on to the next one, you can go like that.
The joy of football.
Let's get on to West Ham and a coach who was very strong-minded, Sam Allardyce.
Yeah.
What was it like playing for Sam?
Can we just say that a couple of podcasts ago, you made the point, Martin, that Sam may have been old school in some of his tactics, but was very much new
Ahead
world
of his time, really.
in terms of organisation and in terms of homework and preparation.
You've probably taken the words right out of my mouth. I always say, like, he is an old school manager, but was totally on the new technology, statistics, everything. You know, just for instance, I signed for West Ham at the end of the transfer window, so it was, or near the end of the transfer window. So they'd done all pre-season, but when I come in, they had a meeting, and it was like West Ham had just been promoted to the Premier League via the playoffs. So he was like, right, for us, we want to finish 10th in the first season in the Premier League. To finish 10th, he'd worked out with all of his staff, to finish 10th, you need this many points, that's this many goals scored, this many conceded, that's this many wins, losses, draws. That's, you know, he went into fine detail on all of it, and then he broke the season up into 8 games, I think 8, 6, whatever it was, all the way through. And it was like, right, the first 8 games we had a reasonable start to season. He was like, we want 10 points. I think we got 14. But then you would review that game, and then that section was gone, and then you would go on to your next one. So as the season progressed, if you were in a run that was really good, you can review it, and if you were in a not so good, where you were like lost 4 games in a row potentially, you could have 3 in 1, and you would review that, and it's gone. And then you were already there with, we've only lost 1, we're on to the next one, you can go like that. And everyone, not that he used this by the way, but not that he used it, but when we first went there, we all had to do like an assessment where it showed whether you were red, you know, whether you're a fiery and angry person, to where you could actually, the manager would be able to speak to you in the right way, and you know, if you were fiery, he wouldn't come flying at you.
How did you do that? How was the test?
It was all online. You know, he had all this. What I mean, it was all online, very new, very. You know, I hadn't done that anywhere else. And as I said, not that he used it, because he would go off and shout, and if you were red, it didn't matter. I wasn't the red, by the way, but it was. He was very new on that side of things, but on the other side, he was old school in the sense that he was massive on set plays. We worked on it tirelessly, even to the degree I mentioned before we come on. You know, yes, it was corners, it was free kicks, but it was also goal kicks. It was also free kicks in our own half. Yeah, our goal kicks. It was also free kicks in our own half. I mentioned I had to learn a new part of art of it, because I was the one that then had to pin the centre half when the goalkeeper took his kick. The centre forward would go up and try and win the header, and I'd be the one that have to pin a centre half and try and get the flick on. You know, and that was another side of things that you have to adapt and learn.
And did that come as a real culture shock for you? I mean, did you get into it straight away and think, yeah, we're getting points for doing this?
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of it. If it comes off, you know, like I was saying about Arsenal and the set piece, why have they got a set piece coach and now they're scoring from set piece? Everyone's like, oh, okay, well, why don't we get a set piece coach? Yeah. But when you see the result, then it's a lot easier to take it in. And you see the importance of it. And for me, you know, I was always quite in that side, not a goody two shoes, but if someone told me what to do, I would go and do it, because ultimately they're picking the team, and they're you know, wanting you to do that. I always try and do, as we mentioned about being a wide player, you do have that license to go and do what you want at certain occasions. So I'd never wanted to lose that, but you do get drilled in other aspects.